People often ask me to make a video on what I would eat in a day on an authentic Mediterranean diet. Usually these videos are from one country, but today I am going to make 3 recipes from 3 different countries. Breakfast will be a Moroccan biscuit called a harcha. Lunch will be a niçoise salad with potato and egg from France. And dinner will be white bean soup with a Greek salad on the side. Let's get cooking. When you think of biscuits for breakfast, the first thing that probably comes to mind is white flour biscuits, made with buttermilk and butter, smothered in gravy made of pork sausage, half and half, and more butter, potentially with some eggs, also drowning in butter on the side.
That's a real deal biscuit right there.
Now this can be okay once in a while, but let's try making a much healthier alternative. Off to Morocco. To make a Mediterranean harcha biscuit, we start by adding 2 cups fine semolina flour to a food processor. Semolina flour is what most pasta is made of and has a lower glycemic index than white flour. Next, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. Mix the dry ingredients in the food processor until incorporated. With the food processor running, slowly drizzle in half a cup of the best extra virgin olive oil you can find. Next, with the food processor still running, slowly drizzle in up to 1 cup of water. You want it to be a dough that you can easily make into patties without them falling apart. Next, if you have time, let the mixture sit for at least 10 minutes, up to an hour. Next, you'll make patties from the dough. The patties should be about the size of an English muffin. Now, if things are falling apart, you probably should have added some more water. As you can see, I probably should have added some more water, but I'm feeling lazy, so mine will be just a little bit crumbly, and that's okay, because they're still going to be delicious. The great thing about these biscuits are not only do they have a lower glycemic index, meaning they won't send your blood sugars through the roof, but they are also high in protein and iron. Plus, if you are using a really good olive oil, there will even be some anti-inflammatory qualities. Heat a skillet on medium and then add the patties to the skillet. Cook on each side until they begin to brown. Traditionally, these biscuits are served with savory or sweet sides. They are even sometimes stuffed with vegetables. Today, I'm going to just cover them with a little bit of raspberry jam. There you have it, a delicious Mediterranean breakfast. We are going to add some feta just to add a little bit of protein. You could have this with eggs, which is what they would often have it with, but we're going to have some eggs for lunch, so we're going to skip that for now. So, if you are interested in what people eat around the Mediterranean for breakfast, check out our Mediterranean diet breakfast video here. Let's try one of these. Delicious. Now, off to France. A niçoise salad is a full meal all by itself. It's got everything. We're going to start with 3 pots. In one, we're going to hard boil 2 eggs. In the other 2, we're going to boil 4 medium potatoes and 7 ounces of green beans until they are fork tender. While the eggs and veggies are cooking, let's make the rest of the salad. Cut a pint of cherry tomatoes into halves and place them in a bowl. To make the niçoise dressing, chop 1 shallot. If you can't find a shallot, you could use a small onion, but the shallot is definitely better. Add the shallot to a small bowl. Add 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of the best extra virgin olive oil you can find, a dash of salt, a dash of pepper, and then whisk it all together. Drain your vegetables and eggs and add cold water to each to cool them down. Peel your eggs, hopefully in a better way than I'm peeling mine. Rinse off any rogue shells from the eggs. Next, once the potatoes have cooled down with the cold water, peel off the skins. To make the salad, add a few handfuls of lettuce to the bottom and top with the potatoes that have been cut in half. Next, add the green beans and tomatoes and eggs that have also been cut in half, plus 10 olives and 1 can of drained tuna. drizzle on the niçoise dressing. Oops, I almost forgot the parsley. Didn't buy any, so I will see if I can dig some up under the snow in our backyard. Believe it or not, there is some that is fine. Hooray! Top the salad with parsley. Salad niçoise with eggs and tuna and green beans and dressing. Super delicious. It is a recipe that takes a little bit of time to make, but it's worth it. This would be a good Saturday or Sunday lunch type meal. So I'm going to try a little bit. Don't tell anybody that I'm eating out of the big bowl. Dressing is amazing. This is a wonderful bunch of flavors together. There's the saltiness, the fish, the fresh vegetables, and the cooked vegetables. Absolutely delicious. Finally, for dinner, we are going to Greece for white bean soup and a side salad. Start by heating up 1 cup of the best extra virgin olive oil you can find to a Dutch oven or thick bottom pot. What? 1 cup of olive oil? That's insane! Well, all I can say is, welcome to the Mediterranean diet. Next, peel and chop some carrots and add to the sizzling olive oil, and then peel and chop a large size onion and add that to the pot. No one can tell you that there isn't a lot of chopping in the Mediterranean. Next, chop up some celery and add that to the pot. Besides a cup of olive oil, the other thing that makes this soup different is the addition of orange slices for a nice citrusy taste. The authentic version of this recipe uses dried orange slices, but we just slice up fresh orange and add that. I like to squeeze the juice out of a couple of extra slices for a faint sweet flavor. It wouldn't be a Greek soup if you didn't add a bay leaf and some oregano. Finally, add a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste and the orange slices. The final additions are 2 cups of water and white cannellini beans. For the quick version of this recipe, I add 2 28-ounce cans of rinsed and drained white beans. Cover and cook for about a half an hour until the veggies are tender and the broth begins to get nice and thick. While the soup is cooking, let's make a simple Greek side salad with whatever we have in the fridge. I start with fresh tomatoes from our greenhouse, sliced into quarters. A handful of black olives, pitted or unpitted is fine as long as you warn your guests about the pits. Some crumbled feta cheese and my favorite simple Greek dressing of freshly squeezed lemon juice, olive oil, and oregano. You know the soup is done when the sauce gets thick, almost like gravy, and the citrus flavors meld in with the beans. And there you have it, a whole day of authentic Mediterranean diet recipes. This one is one of my favorites. It's actually one that I learned when I was on the Greek island of Crete. And one thing that I like to do, I love the oranges in it, but then at the end, I just put a little extra orange juice right on top, which gives it a nice citrusy flavor. It goes perfectly with the salad. That's tomatoes and feta and olives. If you liked the recipes that you saw today, check out all of them in the link below. And if you like to have new recipes every week, plus exclusive meal plans and exclusive videos, check out our membership program. Link below as well. And remember, love with abandon, live with purpose, and eat with passion. See you next time.